Hello, my name is Max. I wanted to do a reading on Taylor Swift's Stalker. Actually, I think she's had I think at least three stalkers, but I'm referring to like the main one, the most recent one, uh, potentially the most dangerous stalker, the most aggressive stalker, the one that she was just in court for last week. Apparently, he is like kind of off the map, off the grid, and no one knows where he is. Um, but anyway, I thought I'd do a reading on him, see what's going on with him, and maybe this can be a benefit to people who are looking out for Taylor. Like her man, Travis Kelce, and her family and her security. Maybe we can get some insight into this guy, see what he's doing, what he's about, whether he's alive or dead. But I can't even think of his name right now. But I'm going to do the most recent stalker, the stalker that she just went to court for. I think last Monday, or there was a ruling last Monday, like extending the restraining order against him. So let me see what's going on with this guy, with Taylor Swift's stalker. And by the way, I'm not not referring to Justin Baldoni, who was also stalking her, but he's using his minions to do that. I guess you may have heard. I'm sure you've heard that Justin Baldoni's people hired a private investigator to stalk her. Basically, I mean, I guess apparently he was, ostensibly he was delivering, trying to deliver like a summons or something, and or a subpoena or something like that. And but he was doing it in the middle of the night, trespassing like at like 3 o'clock in the morning, lurking outside her house. So not really the way to do it. But so I guess he's in trouble. So this PI guy is in trouble. But anyway, I'm not referring to that instance. I'm referring to this other guy. There's this other guy out there, not related to Justin Baldoni, and he's he's used he tried to use her address as his address. He says that they had a relationship together, that I think she's had his kids. This is what this guy is saying, and it's all a lie, I think. So let's see what's going on here. Taylor Swift stalker. What is Taylor Swift's stalker up to? What is he doing? Is he alive? Let's see. What are his motivations? What is he about? Who is this person? Okay, here we go. I'm going to do a 10 card spread, Celtic cross, and then maybe we'll go from there, or I'll do another video to go more in detail. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I got the Queen of Cups upright. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Cups upright. The Empress upright. Page of Swords reversed. The Lovers upright. Temperance upright. Knight of Wands upright. Ten of Wands reversed. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so with Taylor Swift's Stalker, the card, the central card in this 10 card Celtic cross, this 10 card spread, the center card, the card that signifies what covers him. It is the Queen of Pentacles upright. Queen of Pentacles upright. This is this is obviously Taylor Swift, right? So he's thinking of her. She's on his mind. He's kind of, his thoughts are dominated by her, by thoughts of her. He's thinking of her, focusing on her. He likes her beauty. He likes her. You know, this is like he's thinking of her. This is what this is. This is Taylor Swift and his spread. Let's move on. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed as a crossing energy in the spread. The crossing energy, this is kind of like the card that like signifies what hinders him. So this is instability. That's what this card indicates, instability in this case. Probably a lack of money, maybe even lack of family. So this is instability. And maybe the need for family or the need for wealth, or but definitely this is like a lack of the good things. I mean, it's a lack of stability, stable wealth, stable mind. It's a lack of those things when it's reversed like this. So that's his crossing energy. The crowning card for the Stalker, for Taylor Swift Stalker, is a Seven of Cups. So in this case, this is like a lot of ideas. This is like fantasy, is what I'm getting here. This is what this is. He's living in a fantasy. That's what I'm getting here. And it also could indicate like an inability to focus, an inability to like control his thoughts. But mainly what I'm getting here is like a fantasy. He's in a fantasy. He's not connected to the real world. I mean, obviously, right? That's really what I'm getting here is with this Seven of Cups, is that he's not connected. He's too much in his thoughts and not enough in the real world. And also this could indicate kind of scattered thoughts too, like thoughts that aren't effectual. But this is like being stuck in a fantasy. It can be like, being in a delusion. I don't necessarily mean like hallucinations or like anything like that. I don't necessarily mean he's even mentally ill. I just mean he's not in the real world, like many of us can be from time to time for brief periods, right? When you're daydreaming too much, and it looks like he's just investing too much into a fantasy, something that isn't really real. In the recent past, this is his recent past. This is Taylor Swift's Stalker. His recent past is the Empress upright. So that's really interesting. So this is like, this can be a mother, or this is a feminine figure, or it can just mean plenty. It can mean you had things, or you thought you could have things, or you wanted to have. This actually could indicate that as well. This is his recent past, so this could indicate this could actually indicate he's with his mom, or he was with his mom recently, or that he was being taken care of financially. This is a card of typically it's a card of abundance and nurturing. So he could have, maybe he has a very supportive mom. or this just means that he was in a good place financially recently, prior to this. Um, but this is a very, very positive card. It's in his recent past, so um, and I don't know if yeah, this is a very positive card. I don't know exactly what this means yet. I mean, obviously, it just means he was taken care of. Like maybe he was with his mom, um, and maybe this is where he has been until recently or up until now. He's been with his mom or some sort of mother figure, where his financial needs are being taken care of. Like his, this is a card of abundance. So recent past. So we'll revisit this if we need to. Okay. So in the deep past for the stalker is the Page of Swords reversed. So this is like a crude energy. This is like an unartful energy. This is a not being clever, not being smart, not being diplomatic, not being artful or civilized. It's being very blunt, and it's a very kind of blunt energy. It's a pushy energy. It's an energy where you don't feel the need to follow uh, uh, polite ways of doing things, like civilized ways of doing things. It's This card is typically a card of like curiosity and artfulness and investigation and spying. And when it's reversed, it's just it's a less artful approach. It's a very blunt, direct approach that can be interpreted as rude, aggressive, um, pushy, bullying, stalking. Um, so this is like it's a it's an unartful card. It's a very crude card of being very direct and not caring what people think. I think that very much makes sense in this case when we're talking about a stalker. Having a Page of Swords there is that would make sense, especially having it reversed. Um, this is deep past energy. So this is like a deep past. This is like something he's had with him. This is a way he's been for a long time, and so it's kind of like some sort of social disorder. I mean, it could be where you don't feel the need to interact with people in the proper way. Um, this could indicate he's kind of weird, like he's not socially adept, um, and he's incapable of really approaching relationships in a civilized, smart way. He's very If he likes someone, he just says it, or even lies about them being together because he likes them, and he doesn't care if he gets caught lying. Or so this is kind of like this would be the card of a stalker. This is somebody who's not really civilized. He's not really too concerned with what people outside, anybody around in his life would think. That he, and so this is an unartful, pushy card, a pushy, rude card that's very direct at the expense of being likable. You're not likable. You're seen as being crude and not civilized, and maybe even dangerous. So that's what this is. That's what this means. Um, in the near future, we have for the stalker of Taylor Swift, we have the Lovers card. So this indicates um, obviously a strong attraction. He's attracted to somebody. I'm thinking it's Taylor Swift, unless that Queen of Cups means some other pale skinned blonde girl that he's thinking of. Um, I mean, but this is a card of strong attraction. This is a card of can be lust. You really lust after somebody. You really want somebody. This person really is your focus and your desire and kind of your obsession. But this is like a card of being in love. I mean, in a youthful way. Um, but it's a card of extreme attraction and desire, and um, we've all been there, but I mean, we usually go about it in a more civilized way. We have our page of swords is upright, and we follow diplomatic channels to meet people. But anyway, this is a very strong attraction. So this card is very. I think its meaning is pretty much as is with this. I don't think there's anything deeper here for this card. And this card would be expected for a stalker, certainly. So the card that indicates his energy, like his it represents him, his how he is viewed in the world, his function in the world. So his card that represents him, the stalker, is a temperance card upright. So he's waiting and seeing. He could be hiding. But this is a card of calculation. It's a card of waiting and thinking. Um, it's a card of planning and waiting. It's a card actually of stability. I don't know if that's called for here, just considering we've seen Seven of Cups. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. I don't know, but this is kind of like it's a good energy for anyone to have. This is actually a good place to be. This means your mind is stabilizing. You're taking a deep breath. Maybe you're getting some relaxation. Maybe getting some nature, or maybe even as medical, mental health treatment in some way. That could be it as well. This could very much be a card of seeing a doctor or being in an inpatient facility for mental health or something. This very because it's kind of like a solitary card, but it's a card of patience and stability. Whether that's you're inducing that yourself through your own actions, or someone that's helping you, you're getting professional help or something like that. This is a card of waiting, not acting too much. It's actually a card of stability and waiting and breathing and meditating or getting rest or getting mental help or something like that. So this would kind of indicate that he's stabilizing in some way or maybe recharging. It doesn't necessarily mean uh, he's going to stop what he's doing. It just means he's recharging or he's reevaluating. He's putting plans in the works. This is kind of like you're trying to align your energy to what you want. You're trying to figure out how to do something, and it depends on the person. That a person could be smart. He could be very well adjusted, and it would mean something else. But if you're smart and you're not well adjusted, like this person, I mean, obviously, if he's talking to somebody, he's not. He's on the wrong track, right? So this doesn't necessarily mean he's healing in that way. It just means he's recuperating. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, bad people need rest too. They can benefit from rest too, and it doesn't mean they're going to come out of that rest not being bad. You know what I mean? So, in this case, it looks like he's recharging. That's what I'm getting here. He's recharging. Um, and I'm thinking of the traditional card is like an angel, and there's mountains in the background, and the angel has one foot on water and one foot on land. I don't know. That could mean he's in the mountains or near a coastline or near a lake or something. Could indicate that. But let's keep going. All right, so we have this is his house. So this would be the things around him, the people and things that surround him, that are in his environment. Is how he presents in his environment. Um, it's what he has created for what manifests around him. So this is Knight of Wands. This is the card of his environment, his house. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is activity. It's yang, strong yang energy. This is, I mean, if you're a person, you want to get the Knight of Wands. It's a really good card to have. It shows a strong yang energy, a driven energy, an energy of desire. And as we see the Lovers card, and this is actually right in the spread here in this 10 card spread. This is right adjacent to the Lovers card. So This could indicate he's traveling to what he wants, or he's on the move towards what he wants. So in this case, this could be he's still pursuing Taylor Swift. This is, very strong masculine energy, energy of, like I said, yang energy, male energy. And it can be, if you're not a stalker, this is a great card. If you are a stalker, this could mean you're stalking. This could mean you're actively driving towards, or traveling to, or running to, or walking to, or somehow traveling, making your way to what you want. This is an active card, an aggressive card. It doesn't necessarily indicate any sort of criminality, but it just indicates you're going for what you want. And what does he want? Well, I mean, as far as we can see here, he wants Taylor Swift. He still wants her, with the Lovers card and the Queen of Cups, and even that the Empress card. The Empress card is almost, that could be her. That could be her, Taylor Swift. So he's, even though it's in his recent past, who was in his recent past? Taylor Swift, right? So in that case, it wouldn't mean that he has wealth. It would indicate that he's thinking of the Empress is what what it means. The Empress, meaning Taylor Swift, was in his recent past. So that could very well mean that. And in fact, I'm definitely I'm inclined to believe that that's really what the Empress means in the spread now. It really represents Taylor Swift. So we have the Empress, the Queen of Cups, and the Lovers, and then we have this card. So all these cards are indicating women that he's attracted to, that he's thinking about, that have dominated his recent past. And then we have this card here. So this indicates he is not running away, but running to. This is like he's still trying to do it. He's still pursuing her. He is still actively pursuing her. That's so that previous card I just pulled, the Temperance card, that indicates he's recuperating, he's plotting, or he's in that state of plotting, and he is aggressively, actively pursuing her. That's kind of what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting here with this Knight of Wands. Okay, in the hopes, fears, and opportunities for the stalker of Taylor Swift, I have the Ten of Wands reversed. So Ten of Wands reversed. This is kind of like it's having too much to do. It's like being overwhelmed with what you have to do. You're this is like having a lot of work to do, and not having help. It's kind of like you're trying to do everything yourself, and it's really a state of being overwhelmed with things, like with things on your mind, things you think you have to do, whether you actually have to do them or not, but just to kind of like, it's a state of being overwhelmed and feeling burdened. This is definitely like a card of like heavy weight on your back. And it's like it almost kind of indicates an unsuccessful resolution. Like typically, if this was upright, it could mean he's working hard, he can feel it, he's tired, he's fatigued, but he's almost at his goal. But when it's reversed, it's kind of saying you're not at your goal. You're not at your goal. You're not getting there. This could indicate some sort of obstacle in his way. And obviously, if you have so we know that he was just given another extension on a restraining order, or something regarding a restraining order was just extended for another 5 years or something. And there was new parameters set on this restraining order, like he can't buy a bulletproof vest, he can't buy a weapon. Jeez. But so anyway, he's probably getting this news one way or another, because I don't think he was in court for this. He wasn't there for court, but but he's getting the mail. He's getting, he knows. So that could be part of it, is the increasing legal burden that's on him now. but and just knowing that so he still wants to stalk her, but now he has all these new prohibitions that are going to increase his penalties when he's caught. So this is just like a mental burden. This is like you're not feeling great. You don't feel light. You don't feel free. You don't feel like you're any closer to your goal. And of course, that's where we want them, right? but yeah, this is a card of being overwhelmed right here. So the final card in the spread is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So this card would indicate he needs somebody, a need for somebody. This is like, it's kind of like backing up the Ten of Wands reversed. It's saying he needs help, or he wants help, or he wants a partner. He wants Taylor Swift. He wants romance. This also indicates a lack of stability, a lack of being, a lack of financial stability, and a lack. It's like a need. You need help. You know, it indicates you need help financially. You don't want to be alone. You're alone, but you don't want to be alone. You need somebody, maybe emotionally and financially. It's also a card of not being smart. It's about like not being smart about what you're thinking about and how you think. It's normally, this card upright would be a card of like a very strong discrimination, mental discrimination, very strong mental faculties, and the ability to make good judgments. And it's a card of like patience and taste, good taste. And but when it's reversed, it's kind of saying you don't have that. You don't have that mental acuity and that mental stability. That you're not making decisions based on information. You're making bad decisions. You're not seeing clearly. And this is a card of like you need money and you want companionship, and you're not making great decisions. So this is definitely a card of need, a card of loneliness, a card of like kind of craving. And it's a card of like not really being smart with your money or in any of the decisions you're making. So this is not a great card to end it with for him. So I would say, when I see this Knight of Wands upright, and I see that I see, the Lover's card right next to it in the near future, the Lover's card, and then I see this planning card. This is the Temperance or the Alchemist. This is like his card. So, and I see this, I wouldn't say this means he's leaving her alone. I don't think this indicates that he's still actively pursuing her. When I see that Ten of Pentacles reversed, that indicates stability. I'm sorry, instability. It indicates instability, and that's the crossing energy we're dealing with. And the other three cards, the Empress, the Queen of Cups, and the Lovers, that's all Taylor Swift. So my point is, I do not think he has moved on. Unfortunately, I don't think he's moved on. And when I see, so this is him planning, recharging, regrouping, thinking, plotting, scheming. And then we have, in this deep past, we have this very rude, crude, pushy energy in his deep past. This means this has been the way he's been for a long time. Maybe in a past life he was something like this as well. This is his deep past. This is like the root card in this spread, and I'm not encouraged by this. When I see this, when I see the Page of Swords reversed, and then I see the Temperance card. These are cards of like persistent energy. Even if the Temperance card isn't necessarily indicating movement, it indicates it's a precursor to that. It's you want to move, but you want to be stable, or you want to take action, but you want to be ready. So, and then I see, of course, the Lover's card. I see the Knight of Wands upright. I don't like seeing that, because this means he really wants what he wants, and he's actively pursuing it. This is a card of travel. could be a card. It could be construed as aggression in this regard, because like I said, it's a very strong Yang energy. I haven't seen him. I don't know what he looks like or anything. Maybe I should do some research on him a little bit, but I don't know his name. But this indicates he's not giving up. And this actually, this is his environment. So he's traveling. He is traveling, or he will be traveling. This is like travel. So he's um, actively pursuing his goal, which from the cards, it looks like it's Taylor Swift. Um, um, so I would say to Taylor Swift, I don't know where she is right now. And also her boyfriend Travis Kelce, and her security team. I do hope they don't get soft. I hope they continue to be vigilant. And it looks like this guy is still he's still going. He's still going. Uh, I could actually ask another question. Maybe I'll let's see. We're already running late here. Maybe I'll do an update on him later. Um, and I'll do a further reading on this on her Stalker, on Taylor Swift's Stalker. Hopefully that was helpful to everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Again, these are just my opinions. I'm just reading tarot, but I'm trying to be good at it. I'm trying to be as accurate as I can, and I really take this seriously. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys all stay safe. I hope none of you have any stalkers. I hope you're all safe and at peace. And I will see you guys all very soon. Okay, bye bye.